Hey YouTube, it's your boy Widgie here, coming out with some more strategy games with Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, and today I'm bringing you more China content. It's coming, baby. There's more and more on the way, and I hope you guys are really enjoying it. So with this video, it's just a video to really just chuck out there that I am just loving this Civ, really enjoying it. And the last time I played this Civ was around 5 or 6 months ago, so it's great to be back in the seat playing as China, and I thought I'd just showcase this game. I'm going to run through it with you today of me playing against the Portuguese on a map that is perfect for the Portuguese. So let's see how this sort of turns out. So I hope you guys enjoy it. You guys know what to do to support the channel. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and also you can catch me streaming on Twitch at Widgie1. Let's do this. Right guys, we are here once again. We are playing against our Portuguese opponent called Momo, and I'm playing as the good old China. And I can't remember for the life of me what this map is, but there is some trading posts on my left here. There's 2 trading posts, and my opponent has on their side 2 trading posts as well. And we also have some sea to the right of us here. And that's all I'm going to give you, because I cannot for the life of me remember this map. So please let me know down below in the comments what this map is, and I most likely will put it in my comments as well. So without further ado, let's kick off, and here we go as China again. So guys, as I've mentioned before, let me know your experience with China. If you've played the Civ before, if you haven't played the Civ, I'm hoping that this sort of content can sort of give you that encouragement to just try them out. Doesn't have to be on the ranked ladder like me. I'm kind of a crazy masochist that just loves to jump into ranked games and just lose them a lot until I understand how the Civ works. That's how I play. But if you guys want to play against the AI, you want to play in the casual lobby, that's absolutely fine. I've got no issue with that, whatever you guys want to do. I just hope that you enjoy this, take something away from it, and just say to yourself, China are not as bad as I thought they are. Because that's what I think a lot of the time when I play this Civ now. I have respect for this Civ. I still think they're good. So this is a very scary game for me when I started playing this, because I knew this was a perfect map for Portugal. They've got their own trading post, and they've got access to the sea. So, like to water. So they could definitely water boom, they could do anything. So let's see what happens. So we're going to be doing a sort of standard opening that a lot of Chinese players do, but instead of building 2 villages here, I'm going to build 1 village, and I'm going to build a TP as soon as possible. Main reason is because the TP's right there. It's really easy for me to do, and I just thought, why the hell not? I'll try opening up with the TP, and I'll see what it's like. So we're just going to get our little disciple here, Jisum Sin C, I think it is. And that's his name. Yeah, Jisum Sin C. That's very annoying to say, but going to have him go around and pick up any juicy treasures for us. I mean, any treasures are good. I mean, food is good. That will help us age up quicker. Wood is good. I mean, wood's not really much use now because we've chopped it all. We've definitely over chopped on our wood. A village costs 180, so we've chopped 42. Too much. So that wasn't the best from me there. And we've got our first card, and I haven't selected my first card, so I'm not doing the best here. But hey ho. So guys, let me know what you think about playing as China. I'd want to know. Let me know about your experience with them, playing against them. You know, what you think their weaknesses are, what their strengths are. It'd be good to know in the comments below. So we are getting our first card here, which is the Northern Refugees, and that is a one-time muster, which means that from my TC and from my village, I'm going to be getting another villager. That's a really good card to go. I'll show you the deck that I'm going. I actually decide, I'm being quite brave here because I never play on the water. And because I was going against Portugal, I said to myself, I've got to go on the water here, otherwise he's going to destroy me. So I do pick my 1v1 water deck, and I believe this is from Aussie Drongo's Discord. Definitely the majority of it is, so props to Aussie Drongo. I hope he is getting better as well, because I knew that he had a possible appendicitis, I can't even say it, so I hope you're doing well, Aussie. But yeah, this is from his Discord server, so really good place to grab cards, grab decks. And you can see I've got a ship here, the 2 war junks. They're sort of a standard sort of basic sort of military ship. And I've got a few other cards in there, but not much from the standard 1v1 land deck, so let's carry on. Enough of me talking, let's play. So let me know, guys, as well, if you enjoy this sort of style of video. If you want me to play more like live versions, like on my streams and stuff, of course I can do that. It's just at the moment I've got a lot going on in my personal life. I've got an exam going on that I need to do by the end of this month, and I'm preparing for. I've also potentially, you know, I'm moving house very shortly as well. So there's a lot going on, and I don't get a huge amount of time to stream right now. So when I do want to play the game, I kind of just want to play it away from stream so I can focus on it and try and give you some good content, and that is what we're doing right here. So luckily I managed to pick up that wood treasure there, and I thought he was going to steal it from me, but he didn't. He walked straight past it, which is very nice. You can see I'm herding as well. I mean, I'm not really expecting a huge amount of aggression from the Portuguese. The Portuguese can definitely play in Age 2, and they can be a real menace. Like, they can definitely push you with a ton of musks, a ton of expos. So yeah, that's why I thought I may as well just try and herd the huntables as best I can. Just getting another wood treasure here. I mean, the wood treasures, I said that the wood treasures aren't useful, but they sort of are in transition, I guess, because you want to be building like maybe a market, maybe another village. So I guess they can be quite useful. And also, I'm thinking to myself, I want to play on the water, so any extra wood's good because I can use it for fishing boats and stuff like that. The 80 wood's nice. That's, you know, it takes a while to chop 80 wood, trust me. So that was nice. So he uses spyglass ability, which is something that the explorers have as the Portuguese. You see here, I'm not doing too bad. My score is slightly up on the Portuguese, which is kind of crazy because Portuguese economy is nuts. I might actually play Portuguese at some point. I never really tried them properly because they get a free TC, a TC wagon every time they age up, so they can really expand quickly, and they can be a real menace in the later stages of the game. So here I decided to transition, and I put pretty much half of my villas on wood, and I have 4 building the Summer Palace, and the Summer Palace is the wonder that will automatically create banner armies for you over time. So Momo has reached commerce age a lot earlier than me. I mean, there's nothing much you can do about that. With China, it does take a while to age up. So with the wood that I'm chopping, I decided in transition to build a dock, because I've pretty much been told if you are going to go water, it's best to, in transition, to build a dock and then start getting fishing boats and stuff like that. So I had a weird sort of, I remember now, because I only played this game a few hours ago, I had a weird sort of decision that I needed to make here in my head. So I was thinking to myself, what am I doing right now? Right, so I'm chopping a lot of wood. I've just built a dock. Is my plan is just to chop wood and get fishing boats? Or shall I just try and age up quickly, go for a fast fortress? And I think it's at this point that I decide, screw it, I'm just going to switch and I'm going to get people onto gold, and I'm just going to try and age up as quickly as I can. So it's a bit of a weird decision here because I built the dock. I don't know if that was a good thing to do. As I say, guys, I'm sure there's people watching who are a lot higher, like way better at the game than me. So please let me know down in the comments below if you think there's anything that I could have improved on in this game. That would be really helpful. So we're just waiting to get into that age 2 and we can spend those cards. We've got two home city cards that we can use. And I immediately start getting some fishing boats. Now, China on the water isn't actually bad, but we are playing against Portuguese. And we know with the Portuguese, they have some really, really good water cards. Like, you've got schooners and you've got other cards as well that are super insane for the Portuguese. And it means that they can get fishing boats really cheap. Their gather rate's a lot higher, so they can boom really quickly. So you can see here I've decided to do the switch. I've moved over to gold, and I'm getting 700 gold first, and then I'm getting 700 wood. And the reason I'm doing that is because with that 700 wood, I can get more fishing boats and all sorts. I switched my fishing boat there over to the whale, which is going to give me the gold and hopefully get me aged up in a relatively decent time. So you can see here I'm just trying to garrison my villas. I've got my cows here eating at the village because your village, sort of can act as like a livestock pen, so it can fatten up your huntables, which you can see there. So if I just come off of that, sorry, and I go to here, you can see that the yak here is increasing in food a lot quicker than it normally would, and that's just because it's feeding from the village. So yeah, so we pretty much haven't seen any aggression yet from the Portuguese. Now, if they did try to attack me now, I would be in a very, very sticky situation because I've got no cards that I can use. I've got no other military building right now, so I am going a bit greedy here, and that's why I decide at this point that I should probably explore a bit, see what the hell's going on. What are they going? What's he doing? And we are just constantly getting villagers. We've got our wood shipments come through now. We haven't even picked any of the wood shipment up. That's one of my mistakes. But we've nearly got enough now to start getting into the next age, which is a little bit late because I had that whole decision that I needed to make. So, okay, so I'm building, what do I build there? Is that, yeah, the porcelain tower. So the porcelain tower is like a trickle machine. It produces resources every second, and you can sort of switch it to either wood, food, gold, or a mixture. So most of the time I'll have that on wood because it just covers me for any villages I need to build. And trust me, you're not going to be needing to use a lot of wood in Age 3 because the sort of army composition that you go requires a lot of food and gold. So that wood will just cover you in the background, and you can use it to build villages, you can use it to build extra TCs, certain like market upgrades you can use it for. And in this case, we can use it for ships because we're on the water. So that's what we want to do. Now, this is a big decision here in this game, and this is what I suggest that you guys do. If you're going on the water and you want to contest the water, you want to shut down the water competition as soon as possible. And that means going for a card such as 2 war junks, or whatever the ship's going to be. It'll be 2 military ships that you can get. And I really suggest doing this because it's perfect. Perfect because it can really shut down any sort of competition on the water. And if you shut that down, the water is yours. And especially playing against the Portuguese, if they don't have access to water, you're looking a lot better. You know, your chances of you winning the game are a lot better. And yeah, you just got more of an economical advantage. So I haven't really got much units. I've got like no infantry, you know. I've got nothing. You know, and what do? I move up, I scout with my disciple, and I spot that he's got a handful of musketeers and a few houses. He hasn't got into Age 3, so... And I decide to move up, and oh, look at this, look. Now, if I was expecting more, honestly, from the Portuguese. He's only got 2 fishing boats right now. 8 minutes. If you really want a water boom with the Portuguese, you really want more than this. Now, if we quickly have a look at the Portuguese deck, if we can, I don't know whether we can actually. Oh yeah, we can actually. Here we go. We look at their deck. They actually haven't got a deck which has any sort of water in it, which I was really amazed at. And I think this is one of the downfalls with this opponent, is that he went on the water, but he didn't have any cards for the water. And there are some real crucial ones that he really needs to use. And I think that's one of the reasons why one of the main reasons why he was at a disadvantage at the start here. So we are just using that wood that we picked. We've pretty much spent all of our 700 wood, and we've used that for some fishing boats and for some more infrastructure. I'm just taking down the dock here with these 2 war junks, which should be fine. And we built the porcelain tower, and we're going to collect the resources that come out of it. I never really know what resources come out of that. Never really looked. Can't even see. Oh, it's okay. There's still some wood there that I haven't picked up. That's something that's really bad. I've left 260 wood just sat at the TC there, and I haven't picked it up. So anyway, the 700 wood that I'm getting, I'm using that to build a war academy. And you can see that there is a trickle of wood coming in now from the porcelain tower. And I'm going to clear up those 3 fishing boats, which is really nice. And now my macro is just food and gold. That's all I've got in my head. All I want is food and gold right now. and I want to start building my army up. And this is the time when we start to build up that mass, and then when we're comfortable, we're ready to then move out. And that's what we're going to do. So most of the time, you're going to definitely want more than one war academy at this stage, because you're going to have a lot of excess resources, and there's no point in just having one war academy and, you know, creating one banner army, and then you've just got a ton of resources that aren't being used. So it's a lot easier if you just have the wood available, make the war academy, and just go for it. I haven't built a market because I used a lot of the wood to get the fishing boats. So I think at some point I will build a market. That's a consulate. Consulate's definitely important because you can get some really good upgrades. You've got some good cards for the consulate building as well. So we are just going crazy on the gold. You can see that my export is like over 300, which means building a consulate's good, because to use a consulate card it normally costs you 300 export. I'm way over that, so I may as well get a consulate built so we can use that resource up. So here I'm just trying to make sure to... I'm just making sure I'm going to go back to the area there just to make sure they haven't built another dock. I really want to just own the water and stop him going on the water at all. At this point, our score's pretty much even, which I'm actually really happy about, because I was very worried that the Portuguese were going to completely jump ahead of me with their eco. So I'm feeling confident. I've got a good amount of stuff coming in. I'm now training my territorial army, which is a great Changdo with the Arquebusier mix. And I've gone to the Brits as a consulate, which gives me that, I think it's 7% increase on HP. And I noticed that he's actually gone to my TP there and taken that TP. So I think I go back, I use my step riders. They've got a good siege. I'm going to use them to take out the TPs. And that's where I take them back. And I'm just building up. I'm building another war academy. I'm just slowly massing. Look at all of my wood. 500, 600 wood. I don't know whether I got the... Did I get the 1,000 wood? Yeah, I got 1,000 wood to really help me like push out, build a TC, get more ships on the sea. I think 1,000 wood was a good choice here. I didn't need to get any further ships. I could have got maybe some more military potentially. I could have maybe gone into Age 4, got 1,000 coin and then maybe got into industrial, but I don't think there was any need to. My opponent is still in Age 2, which this is the weird thing. Like, I don't know why he was still in Age 2. Because with the Portuguese, you want to utilise that free TC that you get. So you kind of want to age up as soon as you can. In most cases. Now he is pushing out now, which I see. So I quickly move my units back and hope he doesn't spot my units, but he does spot a couple, and I do lose a few. So he's mainly got let's have a look here. So he's got some crossbowmen, and he's gone for the musk. He's gone just musk, crossbow, standard. From the consulate, we've now got our redcoats. Now the redcoats are definitely a lot better than the musketeer. They're like a way better upgraded units. So we're going to use them, try and help us here. I'm going to lose both step riders there, so that was poor decision there, poor micro. But I'm just sort of showing you guys that this is, as I say, like sort of high 1100 elo, about 1170 I am here elo, so not huge. See here, I'm putting down I think that was another village, yeah, because I am pop capped right now. That's something that you really got to bear in mind with China. So I didn't actually notice this. So his score is a lot higher than mine right now. Well, not a lot, but it's higher. Got to be careful here. So his arquebusier is going to do work, and at this point, I think, you know what? I've got a pretty good, decent amount of troops. I'm feeling confident that I could win that fight. And this is the main thing about China. It's knowing when to take the fight. Okay, it's knowing when you've got enough troops and you're confident that you're going to make that fight and you're going to win it. So he's got into the fortress age now, which is really late for Portugal, to be honest. I thought he would be in the fortress age a lot quicker. So we're just constantly getting units out. We've got those Changdos. Unfortunately, we can't really use them that much because he isn't Doesn't look like he's going cav that much. So this is one of the downsides with China. Because the banner armies come in that batch, there's nothing you can do about it. But I do get another batch out of musketeer units, and I believe that's because I used the intervention card, which gets you a free shipment. You can see there I was quite confident in taking him out there. And I decide at this point I'm going to move my mass and I'm going to push forward and see what I can do. Feeling really good about my economy. I'm not building a villager right now, which is not good. Should be building vills, but I've got no pop. So, see that porcelain tower alone is getting me 244 wood. Plus 24 or 249. So it's giving me a good trickle rate, and I'm going to push forward here, and I'm going to sort of sacrifice the Changdos a bit. I don't really want to, but he hasn't got any calves, so I feel like why not? I mean, it's not going that well. I mean, this fight isn't the best here for me. He has got some Castador units, which are like their skirmisher unit. I've got 10 arquebusiers that have come out of the TC. And I spot an organ gun on the right there. So you can see, you'll see in a second, I spot an organ gun on the right. And I back my units off. Well, actually, I haven't backed them off yet. So I'm losing quite a lot of units, and I don't even know it's happening. Wow. Yeah, so those organ guns, for all that time, those organ guns were tearing through my units, and that's how I've lost so many. So that was really bad. If I spotted these organ guns earlier, I could have just quickly moved them back, and I would have been fine. But I didn't. I had an idle villager, so I quickly switched to it, and I took my eye off the ball, and the organ guns cleared up quite a lot of my arquebusiers there. So immediately I'm going to move them back, and that's when I get this banner army out, which is the green banner army, which I can never remember what it's called. It was just there a minute ago, but these are basically the meteor hammers and the iron flail units. So the iron flail units, both of these units are pretty much good against archers, skirmishers, and artillery. Like both of them are. They're really, really good. Not amazing siege damage. Like your step riders are going to be your cav unit that's good siege. It doesn't matter. These units are definitely going to clear up the organ guns. They're going to clear up the Castadors, and that's how I sort of made that change there in my unit composition. You don't need too many of those cavalry units. Just 2 batches is perfect amount. And I have also got from the TC another 5 meteor hammers on the way, and that's one of the reasons why I decided not to train anymore. So anyway, we're going to push forward now, feeling confident. Obviously the organ guns are going to get a couple of shots there, so I'm waiting for the cav to come in, and this is beautiful here. Really, really good play. He's completely out in the open, and he's just lost all of that. And he's got his villagers out here. He hasn't pulled them back. So I'm going to split my cav up and try to take out as many of them as possible. His Castador units are just going to die to those, that cav unit, trust me. So I'm just sort of gathering up the cav, trying to get them to take these Castador units down. I've got more units back here. You can see on the mini-map. In the middle of the map here, I'm not even using them. They're just sat here. It's so sad. I'm not bringing them in. My next shipment is the 11 Changdo Swordsman. To be honest, I think this was a bad pick. I think looking at what I've got, I could have either gone for the Western Refugees, which would have got me like 6 or 7 villages, because I've got a lot of villages built and I've got 2 town centres. That could have increased my economy even more. I could have gone for the Rattan Shields. They would have been quite good as well. I think going for what I did, going for that Changdo was not necessary, I don't think. So feeling pretty good right now. I don't know, obviously he's got 2 more TCs that are to the left of this main base here. So yeah, I've got no idea what's how big his base really is. But I am up on score, which is always good, especially in this situation with this map and against the type of Civ. I am feeling pretty good. So I'll sort of move forward here. My meteor hammer's just sort of clearing up any sort of skirmishy unit. He's obviously got a lot of the town centre militia out. I'm just taking his military buildings down, and I'm going to use my cav to just try and scout around, see if there's any villages I can pick off. And I've got 11 Changdo there, which I just mentioned. I'm going to move them up as well. And this is where it starts getting crazy with the amount of units that are just coming out. Look how much gold I've got. I'm definitely mismacroed here. I've got way too much gold. I need to either sell some of that gold, or sorry, use it to buy food, or I need to get some of them over to food or something like that. I need to split it up. Or I need to take some of the fishing boats off of gold and move them over to fish. Something like that. You can see here I'm just taking the TC down. Probably not the best thing to do. I probably should just try and take out any villagers and anything trying to gather any resources. It's probably what I should do. You can see here that I've spotted some villagers with my cav. Constantly creating villages, sorting out my idols. That's what you got to do. You can see here I've got so much on gold, and I've got a lot of wood. Look at that. I've got a lot of wood, so I immediately see it, and I'm going to use it to train more fishing boats. I've got another card as well. It's all just happening really quickly because I'm getting a lot of XP from taking the buildings down, which is nice. I noticed that he's gone musks. This was really stupid of me. This right here. This fight here was stupid. And I zoom in here, and you know, I didn't need to do that. I just lost those cav units. That was really stupid. I didn't need to do that. I just lost like 4 units. I was just getting cocky there, thinking I could take them, but I know for a fact those cav units are not good against heavy infantry. So I don't know why I did that. So that was a bad decision. So still, look at all that gold. Ton of gold. I need to get off gold, or I need to use it and buy some food or something, or buy extra wood, maybe build a 3rd TC, get some shipping, get some fishing boats. I need to do something. It's kind of crazy how much I've got coming out right now. But I've got a lot of villies queued up, which is good. And I'm just sort of sieging his houses down, just getting myself XP. Containing him, basically, stopping him from doing anything. Got some Cassador units there. His musks are going in. Got some more meteor hammers coming out. I'm training some more of them up with that Forbidden army. Great combo. The Forbidden with the Territorial is a brilliant army composition. So I highly recommend doing that if you're going to play as China. It's sort of like the go-to. I really like it. Definitely in Age 3, going for that combination is good. You can also build a castle, and you can go for like the Black Flag army, which is also another banner army choice. You can see here, look at those. Oh, so grim there, look. He's losing lots of vills. Maybe 4 or 5 vills lost there. And I've got even more cav coming out. I've got a ton of units just sat at the dock there. Can you see? Got a ton of units sat right there, not doing anything. My vills aren't doing anything. I'm just getting a bit flustered, I think, at this point. I'm pop capped as well, so I need to build some villages. Well, I need to upgrade them. Look, got all those Changdo there just not doing anything, so I'm just sieging his TP. See, at this point, I should just focus his military buildings, and then he can't do anything. Instead of taking the TC down, but he's just losing all of his Cassadors to my cav, which is nice. And we're just going to move the Changdo in, and we're going to use them to siege. And we've got so many units coming in, it's crazy. All just flooding in. Just taking out, clearing up anything that comes out of those military buildings. Going over, because I can see his stables there. He's got quite a lot of military buildings. He had like 3 or 4 barracks. Looks like he's got stables as well. He's actually popped even more militia. This was kind of crazy. He popped all these militiamen, which is quite scary. But I just try and contain it with all of my Changdo best I can. Kind of crazy. And they're all down. I mean, it was not a bad effort from them, to be honest. I mean, that is a lot of militia. I mean, that's one of the crazy things about the Portuguese, is that if you have that extra militia card and you've got 3 TCs, like, militiamen are strong. They're strong units. They're good all-rounders, and it can be kind of scary. But we won the game, and I felt so good about winning this game. This was crazy. So I thought I'd share it with you and share sort of my love so far for sort of revisiting China and playing them. And I hope you guys share the love as well and you give this Civ a go. So yeah, that's that game. So guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you really enjoyed this of myself playing as China versus the Portuguese on a very sort of Portuguese sort of favoured map. I hope you really enjoyed it. You guys know what to do to support the channel. Let me know down in the comments below if there's anything that I could have done better in that game, anything that the opponent could have done better as well. That'd be really good. And also, if you did enjoy it, show support with a like. I always appreciate it. And also, you can catch me streaming on Twitch at Widgie1. Catch you later.